Hello, viewer, and welcome back to Games with Dialogue. This is episode 47 of my RPG Maker series. Last time I switched from working on class skills to working on the desert town some more. This time I think we're just going to continue that. Let me dive in and I'll show you what I've been working on over this last week. If you'll recall, I was having a little bit of trouble with the whole flow of the story of this area. I know when you enter here, these two events, which are identical, will run something like, hey, we should find a way to disguise ourselves in town so we don't get attacked or arrested or driven away by the soldiers. Then you go over here to the coin shop, the black market, where Corden will disguise you. And then the goal is to come over here to this building, come out the other side, talk to the statue who will direct you to the Temple of Knowledge. Shrine of Knowledge. That is fine. I've been working on refining that whole process. This past weekend, I went to the armor shop, the item shop, and the weapon shop and gave the proprietors, the shop owners, the can't think of another word for it. The people who run their stores, some extra initial conversation. Oh, except for her. That's a mistake. It doesn't matter. I'll just have to go back and rewrite the dialogue. But you can see here, he starts off with civilians, just so you know. Hello, introduces himself. Joan jumps in. Do you know where we can find a person named Corden? No subtlety at all. That crook, what could you possibly want with him? And so forth and so on. So, what I'm thinking is that the armor shop and the weapon shop both deny knowing him. They don't want to get involved with any illegal activity. The item shopkeeper doesn't know either, but she's playing coy with it. Like, Solomon says, well, this person likes their privacy, so we want to keep our search for them on the down low. She goes, oh, well, then never mind. Let me know if you want anything else. The innkeeper, oh, that's right. Okay, so back it up a bit. I wrote things for the armor shop, the item shop, and the innkeeper. I didn't write anything for the weapon shop. I thought I did. Got confused. Whatever. Moving on. He points you in the right direction. But he says, don't mention me in any way. Please, leave me out of it, just in case the authorities come looking. So that's what the player, and the innkeeper's over here, so if they go this way and run into Corden, he's right there. If they go this way, the innkeeper will point them in the right direction. Now, the other people in town, if you come over here into these buildings, won't have any idea. The dialogue will be more like, don't know who that is, sorry, can't help you. If you go into this building, the big government building here, they won't be able to help you either, but I'm debating how to make it different from the other people in town who don't know what you're talking about. I added a few soldiers. I added the captain of this squad troop occupying force over here. I gave the sea captain some dialogue, and I pathed out the soldiers so their movement routes while they walk around. Other than that, it's basically just been trying to get the disguise thing working. Black market. So what I did with Corden, let me see if I can't find it. You come down here, you go through your thing, control switch A. Right. Initially, I had disguise switch set. What that means is that after the switch goes on, everywhere else in town where the players would interact with had to have a second event page with the condition switch disguises on. That was a lot of work. That was a lot of unnecessary work, really. When I can just go up here to change actor images and set them to disguise image. let me show you what I'm talking about. So on the third tab down here, change actor images. I mean, you can forgive me for not knowing that it was there initially. There's so many options. Some of these I'd never bother touching. Anyways, you come up here. I've got Gilgamesh and Jones, so let's do Elizabeth. And then I just change her face from this to disguise. Set it up. Same with the character. Where did I have her? Elizabeth. There we go. This one. And Battler, just in case. I don't foresee the need for this, but just in case I set something up. So that's that. I just need Solomon. I might as well. Since we're here, just set him up. Set him up. There we go. And where did I... This one. Right. And then Battler. There. Good. Great. Apply. And then I can get rid of this. I've already removed Disguise's switch from everything else in the town. So I just need to get rid of this one. And there we go. Now what I can do with that is set an event anywhere else where it changes the actor image back. I can also give somewhere in the game later the player the option of switching back to their disguise appearance if they want. That's also an event that can be set up. I can make it a common event, really, if I want to. Let me actually save. Come up here. Common event. And then... Summon... I'll do another one. I'll do a new one. Let's say disguise, or let's say appearance switch. Because there's another appearance in the game. Well, there will be another appearance late game that players can switch to. So trigger, I'm going to leave that alone for the moment. Let's get the contents working. And then it's basically just change actor image. Yeah. I can have their normal face, their disguise face, and the third face, and then it will just be determined by conditional branch. Yep. Switch. No. Where was it? Actor. No. Character. No. Well, I know there's a way to do it. Oh, button. Right. Okay. So if we do OK button is pressed, else... There we go. All right. So if the OK button is pressed, they will switch their appearance. And I can set that up. Else, it just ends. That's simple enough. Very simple. Let me see if I can't set this up. So the problem is with appearance shift. If the OK button is pressed, then I want them to switch to the appearance they don't have. But the game needs to know which appearance they're on and which appearance they don't. They're not currently using, so they can switch to that. I have the actors set up as a separate disguise thing in case I need the common event or any switch or any variable to call on that specifically. The easiest thing to do is probably set up a variable for it. If the button OK is pressed, check the variable. If disguise, we'll say if face swap as a disguise variable, if face swap is, oh, okay, I got it. Let me back up real quick. I'll come back to this in a second. If face swap is set for this value, then it will change to this value. And then it will run that for all 4 of them to this one. That's simple. Except, well, it might be a little too complicated, but if the player wanted to swap just one actor at a time, then, or if for instance, they like this version of Gilgamesh, but they don't like this version of Solomon. They could be prompted to choose just which ones they wanted to change the appearance of. That's certainly possible. And it would probably just be easier to set up 4 different buttons for them to push, one for each player character. It would probably just be easier that way. But I can set the variable to check which actor they currently are and swap to the other one. It's that simple, really. And then else, if they don't push the button, the common event ends. That's simple enough. So that's that. That's how I'm going to have the appearance swapping in the future. Right now, it's just as soon as they talk to Corbin, the game swaps them to their disguise set, and then the rest of the town just reacts accordingly. I don't need to build separate events. It's just everybody will be like, "Oh, hey, you're blah blah blah. You're not the terrorists that we're looking for." I also took the time to set up a little bit more of the town over here, and I think I'm okay with what's over here so far. This room, there's nothing in it. This one, if you come up here, there's nothing up here. But this one, this building, this residential home, if you climb up here to the roof, I think I want a treasure chest or an item the player can pick up. This residential home, if you come in here and climb out and come out this way and down, there should be... I want an item up here or a treasure chest. I have some soldiers watching this blocked off area. The old man here will point you to where the statue was moved. Not right, I tell you. The statue is part of this town's history. They can't just up and remove it. It's disrespectful. Okay, I think that's good. Joan asks what happened. Someone moved the statue. She's at the docks now. Hold on. Let me just preview it for you. There you go. She's at the docks now. They're going to ship her to the capital and destroy her because she's offensive. I don't think I spelled bottled or dash right. To be fair, it's been decades since I've seen it spelled out. But that's the end of that conversation, and it points the player in the right direction, and then they can come down here and talk to her. Now, I'm not quite happy with the dialogue. I have to go through here for a second pass. But I also need... Let's see. Go north, blah, blah, blah. Before you go, let me drop the barrier. I couldn't wrestle it. Right. So I don't have the barrier up yet, but what I'm thinking is that it's just a simple switch. It's just a simple switch. It can be anything, really. Riddle doors, disguises, security gates. I'll just make one. Sure. We'll say shrine barrier in case I decide to use it again in the future. There's actually, if I want to use the exact same switch or trigger or whatever in the future, I probably could make it a common event. Or a variable. I could make it a variable. Then I could use it as many times as I want. But for now, let's just set up the barrier. So I actually want that off, not on. There we go. All right. So it'll turn off. If we go to the shrine, the trigger will be off. I'm thinking it will be at the door. No. Let me back up. It'll be on the map. So let me find world map. There we go. World map. And then up here. And then I'll just have a second page that, well, let me copy this and paste it. And then delete this because I don't need it. And then I can change this one. So the player won't move on this one. I'll get rid of these. Cut and cut. And then, since that won't transfer at all, I can have like a sound effect and a animation. this event. And then I want a flash, like a flash of light. The flash will work for now, just to test it. Flash of light, sound effect. Wait. I don't want this to wait for completion because I want the sound effect to come at the exact same time. Sound effect and I don't know. What can we have that happens? Come on. There we go. 20 is what I was looking for. We want something. Is there a sound effect that's flash? Well, not quite as involved as I had hoped. But it'll work for now. Okay. So it flashes and we will set movement route. Player, I want to push them away, not necessarily move them back. Oh, I can just... Whoops. One step backward? Yeah, one step backward will be fine. So they step back one, and then they'll exclaim something. I think we'll have Solomon or Elizabeth. Let's have Solomon. And yeah, this is before they get disguised. We'll have... None of those are quite the surprised faces I was looking for. What about Joan? She's always... That'll work. Hey, what gives? I'm going to actually put her in the middle of the screen because right underneath it will be Solomon. And... Angry, nervous, disappointed. We'll do this one. Okay, I think that's fine. And then we'll have Elizabeth say, why don't we check the town? No, I don't like any of those faces. What about Gilgamesh? Man, I just don't have the facial expression ranges I'm looking for. I gotta add more. I got 2 empty spaces. I need to add more. But let's go with her. I like the idea that ever since they landed on this continent, she's been getting slowly more and more frustrated. So I need a face where she's just like outright grimacing in anger. Anyways, all right, I think that's good. The problem, of course, is, well, I'm never happy with the dialogue, but I need... Yeah, I'm not quite happy with the dialogue. I'll come back to it. The fact is that I've got it set up, so I'm good there. It will at least... I can at least play it at this point, and it will... Something will happen, which is the whole point. So I think I'm ready to test this town out. Except for the jail cell. I need to build that because if I'm going to send the player to jail, right now it's just an empty black void of a map. But I do want to try to run this out. So let me start point. Actually, let me do it outside of town so I can test whether or not these transfer points work as intended. Set starting position, player, good. Now they shouldn't get into any fights, hopefully, fingers crossed. All right, so let's run this thing, see how it goes, see if it does what I'm hoping it will do. Okay, so far so good. Oh shoot. I forgot that the rock that separates the river, or separates the 2 parts of the desert, isn't fleshed out. There's no map there. There's no way to cross to get to the battle shrine. So, great. That's great. I guess we'll just test the town then. Oh, that's not good. Okay, I know what I did wrong. All right. Let me fix that real quick, and then we'll be right back. All right, let's try that. Try that again. Run it back. Okay, let's try this first. That's not... These are supposed to run... Okay, alright. I know what I did wrong. This is supposed to run when the player steps on the event, but I have it auto-running for some reason. Yeah, I have it auto-running. Player touch. That's a simple fix. Simple fix. Okay. Okay, good. And if I step back... Good. Alright. Only military personnel and guests of the Magister. Yeah. If you want to enter the city, all visitors must enter through the north gate. Yeah. Okay. I need him to turn... After that second, yeah, I need him to turn back to face this way. So that's something that needs to get fixed. What about up here? Okay. And if I come back... Good. What about this side? Good. Alright. Excellent. And then he's moving off, doing his thing. Good. I want to... let me see if how this works. Okay. I want him to wait at the door just a slight bit longer, and I want him to move faster. So, good to know. Alright, well, that's a problem. The 4 characters are supposed to move out and stand in front of this sign before the dialogue happens. So I need to go back in and make sure they move before they start talking. Are they going to move while I do this? No, they're just stuck. All right. Yeah, okay. Well, because they didn't move, she didn't do her... Yeah. To liven things up a little, I have them all moving around while this conversation is going. But because they're basically stuck in place, that's not going to happen now. Alright, well, that's good to know. Yeah, and I want... mess that up too. After the 3 dots, I want the dialogue box text to wait a second or two before he goes, wait, like he was thinking about it and then came up with the idea. Okay, good. Now, after that event runs... Oh, wait. They shouldn't be able to walk over that. After the event runs, they should both disappear so that I don't keep looping that. Nope, it didn't do it. Alright, well, I'm going to have to go back in and tie the 2 together so that when one completes, the other one disappears as well. Okay. Alright, well, there's still a little bit of work left to do. Let's, I'm going to put myself in front of Cordon's place. Come on. I'm going to put myself in front of Cordon's place, and we're going to test all of that to make sure the disguise and the event runs off without a hitch. Does it transfer me to the right spot? Desert Black Market? I need to make sure it does. Yeah, it should be right there, and it is. Good. All right, let's run this thing, see how it goes. I do also want to check to make sure... Oh, no, he'll throw us in jail, and it's not set up yet. I forgot to add the little black shadowy backgrounds to the doors. That's something I'm going to have to do. All right, and there's nothing over here. Okay, well, one thing I noticed immediately as I entered is that the event that's supposed to trigger right here and send me to Cordon, is not working. So I'm going to have to look into that. What about if I... And then we open up. Oh, right. So at least the shop's working. At least the shop's working. What about... Okay, good. I can walk through there. Then these ones, I can't. Fantastic. So I've got a few things I still need to work on. It's so annoying. And that okay, well, the transfer point's not accurate. What about this? Sends me right back to the same spot. Okay. I got some work to do, but I'll leave that for next time. Thank you, everyone, for joining me for this shorter episode. Until next time, stay safe, and God bless you.